What's up guys? I'm taking you offshore with me today for an awesome day of slow pitch jigging with my buddy Will and Eddie. We get into some mutton snappers, we get into a cobia, and also I'm gonna talk about setting your drift. What it is you can do to set your drift up to where you'll have the most success, and how do you target these small reefs and wrecks, and also some tips and tricks to help you stay vertical. Stick around, it's gonna be an awesome video.
Few guys decided to pursue our passion. As we hit destination fishing spots in our local waters out of Pompano Beach, Florida, we want to fill you in on what we have learned along the way.
When I'm out on our boat, I'm constantly checking the screen, because if you could see fish up in the water column or down low, I have metered line that tells me, what depth I'm at. So you can either count the colors going down or you can count the colors going back up. So if you see fish swim across the screen, you can get it in their face, or in the general area of where the fish is at. So I'm always checking the screen. So you can see me, I kind of look back and I check the screen, and I did a dirty little slide dog trick on my buddies. I didn't say anything because I saw this guy, pretty close to the bottom. I knew I was right in the zone already, and I was keeping my mouth zipped, hoping that I would get hooked up. And this is what happened.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, baby, is that camera on? Yeah, hooked up, baby. Oh, got him.
Oh, got him? No way, did he come back or was he swimming up?
I guess he came back. Hooked up.
Yeah, I'm reeling up.
Oh yeah. Can't keep a good jig down for me. Oh, he's coming up. Coming right up.
Nice.
That was weird though. It pulled drag and then disappeared and then came back. Now he's just kind of floating up.
What does that sound like? Oopa?
Could be. We shall see. Straight up and down, not getting any sort of tugs. I'm
Coming around the motor.
Yeah,
around
under the
the
boat. Maybe not. Should have color. Oh,
Shit.
cobia.
Is that a
Cobia. Here in South Florida on the Atlantic side, we get a lot of sailfish, we get a lot of tuna, we get a lot of wahoo, but a cobia is a real gem for us. This isn't a fish that we go out and catch every day. So to have one on the other end of the line is pretty awesome. When he came up, I was a little hesitant about sticking him with the gap because I know that they need to be 33 inches to the fork. But Eddie came over and Will came over. We all took a look. We were pretty convinced that he was at 33, so we decided to hit him with the gap and harvest the fish.
Let's stick him. Here, Eddie. Yeah. Look, it's 33. Stick it.
Woo! Cobia! He was just over 33 and a quarter, which was perfect. That's what we needed to harvest the fish, so we did. For this cobia, I was using our torpedo, pink and chartreuse torpedo, 200 grams. I've been using this jig a lot more often than I'd like to admit, actually. It's been very productive for me, and if something's working, why not keep doing it? This is crazy. Look, I got a speedo on the jig, and look at Eddie. It's good though, whenever you're catching bait out here, that means that it's fishy.
Oh yeah.
So, that's a nice one, buddy.
Dude, that could be something. My jig was like 6 inches off the bottom. Yeah.
That looks like a nice mutton, right?
Yeah. Keep them tight, no?
Talk to the camera, Will. Let them know. Let the world know.
Well, 200-gram torpedo.
Oh, I got him. I got him.
John's got on the same fish.
Hooked up, baby. Oh, he came off.
You got the same fish.
Came unglued.
Anyway, I hit the bottom and I gave it one lift and it pulled it. I got color. What do we got? Grouper? I think we got grouper.
It's like grouper, right?
That's a mutton.
Mutton! There's your mutton. So what'd you drop down? Look at the shape. You got a weird shape, right?
So I dropped down at 200-gram watermelon torpedo. And it hit the bottom. I gave it one little lift, and here's Mr. Mutton, which to the very tip of the tail here, John, is 18.
Oh, nice. That's it then.
It's a keeper.
Put him in the pool. So we just shifted in, guys, to about 170, 180, and Will dropped down in immediately, which is kind of what happens usually, right? Like it's like immediate when you hit a spot.
The minute the jig hit the bottom, I gave it one lift. And it hammered on this watermelon 200-gram torpedo. I'm using my Pro Jigger Power 3 with a Dio Alexa. That was kind of enjoyable to use, and that was great.
That's what's interesting is the Dio Alexa. So like it looks like a bass reel essentially, but these Alexas are designed for salt water. They've got a high retrieval rate, and the next thing is that they level line.
They level line, they have a low profile, they're lightweight, they're easy to use, and they are salt water. They look like a bait caster for bass or something like that, but more and more people are using them just because of the ease and simplicity of it, and they're definitely powerful.
And so Eddie's saying behind us that that's what they use primarily in Australia is these Alexas, or I think what Shimano makes a Tranx, which is similar, but the benefit to this is a level line. So definitely for like a younger angler or a less experienced angler, having that level line is great, but it doesn't mean that this isn't a professional reel, because it's really an excellent thing. So
it also allows people to go left-handed if they're right-handed, because then they don't have to worry about line feed.
That's right. Yeah.
Or right-handed if they're left-handed.
So let's reset on this spot.
Let's do it.
We got a cobia.
Yay!
We got a mutton snapper.
Yay!
Let's reset, baby.
All right, fish.
So this is how I set my drift whenever I'm out slow pitch jigging. Whether I'm targeting a small patch reef or a small or large wreck, a lot of times on my very first drop, whenever I get on top of the structure, I stop the boat and I rig up my jig. So I go ahead and spin on whatever jig it is that I'm gonna use in accordance to the depth. And then after about 5 minutes or so of drifting, mind you, you have to have your tracking on, so that way you could see your drift across the screen, you know which way you're going. Then I reset to where I could drift across the wreck or the patch reef. And most of the time when it comes to wrecks, I don't like to go right over the top of it. My preferred thing would be to go right down the side, one or the other, depending on where I'm marking fish, or down the bow or the stern of the wreck. The reason why is because I don't like getting snagged up on the bottom. I want to make sure that once I get to the wreck, if I see some structure going up pretty rapidly, I'll reel up quite a bit to make sure that my jig will go over the top of it and then drop it back down. Don't get me wrong, we have decorated a lot of wrecks like a Christmas tree out here in Pompano Beach, but I can tell you that it's very helpful whenever you have good electronics. You could see the screen, you could see the wreck going up, and you know when to reel up and you know when to drop back down.
Oh, that looks like a good one. That looks like the right species. Nice! Will crushing the muttons today, man.
Got him.
My dude! Yeah! Look at that, bro! Freaking really big!
Love it.
Yeah, dude.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. That's nice.
Picture for Doyle.
That's a keeper.
Yeah, drop down the 200-gram watermelon jig. That jig that works everywhere in the world. I take that with me anywhere in the world and fish it. A couple good thumps, and for a minute I thought I was hooked on the bottom just because these things fight so well.
So these guys got to be 18. Let's go give them a measurement.
Let's go give them a measurement. Let's get the hook out of them.
So we moved back to the spot where we got the cobia and first drop down. Like I said, that's kind of how it usually happens. Like as soon as you put it down, you get hooked up. But Will's gonna unhook this guy. We're gonna take them over, measure them. So they gotta be 18 to keep. And we got this nice little sticker ruler right here on the, Will's going backwards.
Oh yeah, he's to the end of the tail, he's 20.
20.
Yeah.
That's it, sweet.
Lunchtime.
Yeah. You know what's cool is that these guys are going to Louisiana with me to go see family. So we're gonna
Lunchtime.
have some great snapper.
If I drop my jig straight down and by the time it hits bottom, I'm scoped out, then a lot of times we'll pitch our jigs into the drift. And that way, by the time it hits bottom, you're vertical from your jig and you get a little bit more bottom time, giving you a better opportunity to catch fish.
It's pretty good.
The right flavor.
Oh, that fire jig.
You got the fire jig on?
Yeah.
That thing just catches fish, man. That's what I tell people.
That is a mutton.
Eddie, oh, there we go. Hooked up me. Oh, I just missed him.
What do you got, Ed?
Mutton.
Fuck.
Nice. Get on that camera.
Good job, man.
Nice, bruh. He might be keeper.
That fire jig.
I would measure him.
Yeah.
That fire jig.
Hooked up, baby. Got a little fish. I didn't even know he was on there. Let's see what he looks like. We're over top of a wreck, guys, and there's tons of bait here. Eddie just pulled up a nice mutton snapper, keeper mutton snapper. I wouldn't say a big one, but keeper mutton snapper. So we're really at this point, we've got 3 keeper mutton snappers in the cooler. We had a cobia earlier, just like an inch shy of keeper size. And hey, let's add a species to the list, fellas.
Lane snapper?
Vermilion snapper.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good bait. Oh, wormy.
Double vermi. Oh, little chunk. Double header on the vermi, guys.
Something had him hooked.
Put it on a stick.
Oh yeah, he got bit. Look at you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that on the side of this fish. Come a little closer, Eddie. Let the folks see.
No,
See,
really heavy.
he got he got chewed a little bit right there. So double header vermi. We're gonna send these guys back down.
No, put them on a stick and we'll roast them over our lighters.
Will says, Will said, let's put him on a stick and we'll roast him over our lighters.
Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You could also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And for any of the gear that you've seen in this video, head over to JohnnyJigs.com. Also, we're pumping out a few TikToks. And most importantly, jig on.